Hey, welcome back to DIY Willy. Today we're back to work on the Predator 212. This is my monster build I was doing. Yeah, I've kind of got it in full dress right here with the carburetor mounted, the side cover on. I'm missing a couple other parts here, but yeah, it looks really good, and it's nearly ready to start. It honestly is. I just got a couple more things to do. Like I said, it's missing a couple very important parts. One of them being the billet flywheel. It's not in there. I just put the side cover on just to see the complete engine. So in today's video, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get inside, lap the flywheel, install the 2 degrees key, and mount the flywheel in there, torque it all down, mount the coil, get the coil on. We'll look for a ground wire to put the ground wire on, and we'll be good to go. Alright, so I got the flywheel out. I got my lapping compound out on my valve grinding. This stuff will work perfect for this. Hopefully it doesn't explode like it did last time. Oh no, it's coming out. We're just going to put some on the taper of the shaft. You know, this is all good stuff. In fact, when I built the 224, I didn't lap the first flywheel I put in there. I just left it alone. I didn't want to lap it in. It was a stock flywheel. It probably would have been fine, you know. But we're gonna do this one. We want it done right. So I'm probably gonna lap it in quite a bit. I want it to be really seated well on there. And all you do is you stick it on there and you go back and forth several times. Kind of pull it out, move it around, go back in, move it around. We'll do a little bit of it right now. Try to stay in camera. You can kind of hear it. We'll just work it in like this. I'm holding it on the back with my hand. You could put a tool on it to hold it if you had it. I don't have one. I was gonna look for a clutch plate that I have and see if I could do it with the clutch. But nah, I can hold it by hand with my hand right now. It'll be fine. Sounds like it's getting kind of smooth now. I think that's about it. Yeah, I think so. I think we'll call that. Very important to clean it up really good. You want to get all that compound out of there, especially out of where the key goes. And you do not want to get it where the seal is. So I'm going to put this on there, kind of pull away from the seal. Get it off of there as much as I can. And I'll get the super clean out, and we'll get it all cleaned up, especially on the flywheel itself. Just taking my little pick in here and cleaning out the key hole. Looks really good. All right, so we're ready to go here. I've got everything cleaned up. I use my super clean, get in there and clean all that compound out of there. Got the lid on. I've still got my dirty rags here. Oh well. I got this all cleaned out. Make sure you clean out the places where the key goes. It looks ready to go. Now, taking a look at the cam card. This says recommended ignition timing is 34 degrees before top dead center. Now these flywheels, see if it states on there somewhere. These flywheels, 32 degrees timing and ramps. They come with 32 degrees built into them. So all I'm gonna do to get my 34 is just add a 2 degree timing key from NR Racing. You know, if I had a degree wheel, I could put it on here and I could probably degree it that way, but I don't have those tools. I've got this instead. and this should work. This is just going to hold the cam, or hold the flywheel on that timing position. Once you bolt it down, it tightens up on the taper, so it shouldn't move. There have been times when keys break and it can damage the flywheel, but hey, this is what I've got. This is what I'm going to run with. So I found the notch side, and it goes to it goes on the forward side of the motor, so that it will rotate this way. I just knocked it in there. Now I can set. Now I can put the flywheel on there. Make sure we're all the way against our 2 degrees key. I'm gonna look with a, yeah, that looks good. Perfect. 2 degrees really isn't that much, but it's enough. It's kind of sticky out here today. Everything's sticking on me. Now I can take my cup, put it in. Well, you got to line up the little indentation right here with the hole in on the flywheel, and you just kind of put it in, and we'll run the nut in. Now I've always been fine with just running these in with my impact, but a lot of people want to torque them, and there is a torque specification. It's like I don't know, 54 or 57, something like that. I'll try to put it in the description, but I don't mind just hitting it with this, you know. That will do just fine, in my opinion. So I'm going to get the coil out. I'm going to go ahead and set the coil and set the gap and get it ready to put in. All right, so now I've got the flywheel on. It's time to do the coil. I've got another fine hot coil from Pauls Karts. This coil, I did not buy it with the ground strap, and the ground strap from my other one is still on the 224, and the one that I made is on NIBBI right behind me. So I went ahead and made another one. This is just some speaker power cable I found. I put a couple ends on it, heat shrink it, make it look nice. It calls for 65 thousandths coil gap. So I've got that with an assortment of some plastic pieces and a business card. It gives me the 65 thousandths I'm looking for. I measured it out already. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this coil on, and then we'll go ahead and gap it, and yeah, we're one step closer to having this thing done. We'll just get these screws started. I'm using the same screws I've been using all over the block, and you know, they seem to be working out pretty well. Where's my Allen wrench? Now I'm going to go ahead and put all this in here to get the gap I need, and we'll spin it around to the magnet right there. Oh, you know what? There. Nope, they keep... There we go. That'll be perfect. That's the dryer. Got a load of clothes going. Put a little pressure on it, make sure it's tight against the coil and the magnet. Tighten my screws down. Gotta hold on to the ground wire. I don't want it to move that much. Now we can go ahead and just pull these out, and we have our 65 thousandths gap. Worked out really good. These have been great coils in my experience. And like I said, they come from Pauls Karts, so check them out. I'll leave a link to his description, his website, in the description for these coils. Now the top ground, I'm just going to put it right here on this bolt right here. Probably made it a little longer. Since I made it, I could have made it smaller or shorter, but this will work. I probably should have made it shorter, quite a bit shorter actually. That's okay. We can work with that. We'll just give it a little bend, just like that. Tighten her down. Now in theory, this is to provide a better ground to the head instead of grounding through the bolts, and you know the gasket's in the way. You don't have a lot of places for the metal to make contact except through the bolts, the head bolts. So this wire will give it an extra ground, and it coming off the coil, it just works better. You know, that's what the theory behind it. Go ahead and put the plug in. I'll tighten it down later. Look at that. Look at that. That is nice. Super nice. Now we can just run our ignition kill wire. It goes in place just like that. It goes around these little, and you see those? You just kind of push it in like that so it'll stay. And we've got everything we need. Now we can put the cover back on. Just like so. Man, I wish I had a clear cover because that coil is so nice. I want to see it. Maybe I'll put another clear cover on it. I have to order me up one. Nice. I do wish though I had a clear side cover. Oh man. Woo. That's got some pull on it. So yeah. You know, I just have this on here. I don't have the gasket. I could put the gasket in there, and we're that much closer to starting it up. Now I'll probably use just a gravity fed gas tank to get her started, but so I'll probably take that barb out and stick the plug in there for now, and we'll put the plug in, or the barb back in, when we go to use the fuel pump. There we go. Let me find that gasket. Okay, so we're going to put the intake up back on. I've got my gasket from Pauls Karts. Guys, got everything you need. Goes like that. I got, man, that dryer comes on at the worst times. I should go and order me up a few more of those gaskets. Just have them on standby. We'll go ahead and tighten this down. Now I'm just going to tighten them down evenly. There's probably a torque specification out there, but this will work. Get it nice and tight. Oh, don't want to do that. Don't want to damage my tools. Now I'm feeling inside, and the transition's pretty good. Even the gasket is out of the way. It's pretty nice. So yeah, it's a good quality piece. Let me put some of these boxes out of the way. We got the carburetor back. Again, this was a Pauls Karts Pro Comp carburetor. It's 28 millimeter. And man, it's a beautiful piece. We'll get it put on here. And yeah, we're gonna call this done. I like to have my clamps kind of in the same orientation as best I can get them. So yeah, we got that. One's a little bit longer than the other one. There we go. That is looking nice. Super, super nice. You could say it's ready to go. You know, put some oil in it and give it a few pulls and put it, well, we need to put an exhaust on it. But you can say it's ready to go. It's got everything in it now. I am going to pull the valve cover off since I've been turning it and just recheck the lash on the valves. I want to make sure they're right and dead on. And we got, of course, we got to tighten the spark plug, change out this plug, probably put another plug here so that we can start it up. Or maybe I'll just put the filter here so that we can get it started up and get it breaking in. Got to put a kill switch on it too. I might take the Briggs out of Max and put this engine in Max so that it has a place to be solid mounted, and the gas tank can run down to the carburetor. We'll fill it up, and that might be the way that we go to test start it. It won't have a clutch on it or anything, but that's just so that it will run for roughly 10 minutes or more, so that everything just kind of breaks in, and then we'll probably give it an oil change and put a clutch on it, maybe take it for a ride. I don't know how well that 35 chain is going to hold up to this, but you never know. It is sure a beautiful piece, isn't it? Man, that is one beautiful engine. Once it's all running and verified, checked out, broke in, everything, then guess what? We're going to take it all apart again and clean it all up, get it ready for paint, and paint it up, put it all back together, and then we'll get Mighty ready, and Mighty will be its permanent home. Eventually, I would like to figure out how to get the carburetor up here, you know, like I have on the 224 and 79cc. We'll use this to demonstrate. If I can get the carburetor up here, then it doesn't stick out so far, and it just makes it easier to ride, I think, to ride the bike without this thing hanging out all the way out here like this. The only problem is getting this bend right here. Damn dryer. Like I was saying, the only problem is getting this bend right here and getting it to the manifold with a pulse fitting. So I'll probably have to make the manifold like that one with the flange and then drill it somewhere on the side for the pulse fitting to have the fuel pump running. Unless I take the fuel pump off the inside here, maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it all out. But yeah, it's gonna look really nice, and I know it's gonna run very well. So there's the finishing touches on the Predator 212. This is my busted budget because there's a lot of money here. Monster build. I should say the Monster 212 build. I don't know. It's been a great one. There's been some challenges, and we've overcome everything. Yeah. So these are 26-pound springs that are in it, and this cam requires 32-pound springs, so it says. I've read online that people are running 26 without any problem, so I'll probably try it I do have, however, 32-pound springs coming, along with 5200 push rods that may correct any valve train misalignment we have. Make sure our rockers are in the right position. Yeah, I would like to put a plate right here that helps focus the air from the fan over the head. I need to do that still. I'm out of gas on my welder. I haven't got gas yet. I've been a little bit kind of under the weather, so when I get gas, I'll go ahead and make that plate to cover this area, and that just helps direct all the airflow over the cylinder. So if you like this video, it's kind of a quick one, I guess. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, it's been a great build. Really looking forward to getting it started. I'll see you next time when we will mount it on the bike and fire it up. All right, thanks for coming. See you next time.